So this is why now these hallucinations in business are virtually non-existent. Now, there's been some big developments recently with AI models, and we are really getting to the point where the days of the hallucinations and everything are pinned down. You can really control what's going on now. So a lot of people have very bad ideas. They ask a question to OpenAI and you get some weird question. There is a reason behind that. They've actually just written a paper. OpenAI have just released a paper, and basically to give you the summary of why LLMs hallucinate and how they're getting rid of this problem. Now, when the LLMs are trained, they're basically trained and then there's some after training. Okay, so they have the main training and then they have some after training. Now, what they found is basically this. You ask the LLM a question, what is 1 + 3? There's obviously an answer for that. 1 + 3 is 4, right? So we can get a tick to say, yep, this is correct. But if you ask it a more subjective answer, there is no right or wrong. So what happens is, imagine you're doing a multiple choice test, right? You've got A, B, C, and D. What is the old adage? If in doubt, go C, but not using that. So in a multiple choice question, you've got a 1 in 25% chance of getting it right, even if you guess, right? In effect, that's what the AI was doing because it wasn't being rewarded for not answering. So if it didn't know, it was better for it to take a guess and get a 1 in 25 chance. Whereas now they've realized that they can now, after the initial training of the model, there are ways to put this in place where instead of the training giving them a nod saying, no, we don't like no answers, we need to have an answer. And the AI, like a human, I better make an answer up, I better take a guess. It's trained on human conversation. This is why you need to own the conversation. The AI is just like trained on the way humans think, the way that they actually communicate. So all of these issues went through the model. Now, obviously, when you're doing a compute and you ask it a question, should I cut the red wire? Will the bomb explode? You don't want it to hallucinate, right? So this is why now these hallucinations in business are virtually non-existent.